Hello, lovelies. I'm back. This is Kimberly Purpose. Hello, family. I wanted to do another um, a vlog about the Black Panther. I wanted to do a thorough review and analysis about this film and my take on it. Yes, I wanted to do a video. I went and saw the movie with my family this weekend. And yeah, I wanted to let you all give y'all feedback about the movie. If you have not seen this film, um, I'm giving you all a spoiler alert. I don't, if you have not watched this film yet, please don't watch this video. Um, yeah, because I don't want to ruin it for someone who hasn't had a chance to look at it. So if you have not watched this movie, please don't look at this video until you have actually saw the film and wanted to see it. I don't want to ruin it for anyone. So you have been warned. You've been warned that this, I'm going to go into some details about the film. But anyway, I wanted to do my take on this film and tell you all what I thought about it. Um, I was really excited about the film when I first saw it, but I was very disappointed because the fact, it's the first, you know, movie for people of color, to have of African descent. And I was really excited about it, but I was a little disappointed because they made the villain be a bad guy. Made the bad guy be African American. And that's bothered me. Why did the bad guy have to be African American? Why he couldn't be something else? An alien or something else or something totally different. But instead, they made the African American, the AKA Aborigines of the Americas, be the villain. I also picked up on the hidden messages that was spread throughout the whole entire film. This movie had a lot of propaganda in it. I'm hoping that other people saw it too. It's a lot of hidden messages there. And I feel like this particular film was geared for another form of indoctrination that they're trying to impose upon us. And I guess it would be expected if it was a film that was produced by great Caucasians. They're going to put their rhetoric in there to try to keep the status quo. But more of us are waking up and we see through the foolishness and we see it. But me personally, I don't think Killmonger was the bad guy in this film. He didn't seem like a villain. Actually, I felt some remorse for him, and I can actually relate to him being an African American here in this country. And I think a lot of us could see from Killmonger's point of view and see that he should be the hero of the film. He should be the Black Panther. Personally, that's how I feel. What they should have done was had him be the Killmonger be the it's just I don't know. Well, let me start from the beginning. At the beginning of the film, they showed a lot of the customs and the rituals, of I believe it's the African heritage. Um, I I think the name of the city, the country is Rwanda or something like that. Rwanda. They came up with a fictitious name, but it was similar to an actual country in Africa. I think it's Uganda. Sounds similar to Uganda, but it said Rwanda or something like that. Rwanda. They sort of gave a slight variation from the name of a real African country, but it's fictitious, but sounds similar to an actual country in Africa. I'm sorry, I got sort of sidetracked. But I I like how they show the spirituality connecting with the ancestors of from African ancestors, the rituals and stuff, the the ceremonies that they do. It sort of ties into the movie, and a lot of so West African culture includes a lot of connecting and honoring your ancestors. That part I did love. I think that was amazing. And they show how sacred plants are used for healing, for connecting with your loved ones. I think that is neat. And I don't know a lot about Nigerian culture or whatever country they trying to relate it to. I'm not sure if it's Nigeria or Niger, somewhere around in there. I just did like that part though, that they showed, and him connecting to his father, and the Panthers represents the ancestors that are on a tree. I guess that's the tree of knowledge. It's a sacred tree in the dream. When Panther went to a sacred place of his ancestor after he eating the sacred plant, he went to sleep under a lot of soil, soil ritual, I guess. And then when he wakes up, while he's in his deep sleep, he gets a chance to connect with his father and all his ancestors. And I believe the panthers that's on the sacred tree represent each of his ancestors, and he connects with them and get spiritual advice and everything on what he should do. But that was amazing. I believe the actors was wonderful. I actually enjoyed the actors. I think they did a brilliant job. The guy who played the Black Panther did a good job. Killmonger, he nailed it. He was on point with his characters. I think he did a great job. Angela Bassett was beautiful. The girl, the African actress, I can't think of her name. Oh my gosh. Lapia, I think that's her name. She was excellent in the film. She's a great actress. Plus, she's beautiful. I think she did a beautiful job in the acting. All of them were amazing. The costumes, the design, the animation, everything was perfect in the film. I think that was not everything, but that aspect of the film, the creativity of the wardrobe and everything was wonderful. It was on point with the culture and the theme of the whole entire movie. But I think my issue is that they made the African American a villain. I'm looking forward to seeing this movie, and I was expecting to see something uplifting for our people here. But instead, they made him the villain, and some of the stuff and they turned it into a political film as opposed to a film that's supposed to be about fantasy, or action and adventure. Why couldn't it be about space or something like that? But instead, they put something the political of the racial tension that's in this country and put it up there on the screen, which I didn't feel like it had no place to be there, but they did, and it seemed like it's another tactic of indoctrinating our children. That's why it's important that we educate our children about, like, one thing, let them know that the country that they put in the film is not a real country. It sounds similar to the country. But the other thing I also wanted to mention was the fact that they mentioned beranium. They call it beranium in the movie. And beranium, for those of y'all who don't know what it means, who's still watching this anyway, it's actually the actual energy source that the Rwandans use in the movie to fuel their whole city, or that they had, the hidden city that they had from it, from the world. And even though they were in a third world country, was portrayed to be a third world country, but their country was hidden. Certain parts of the country was hidden from the world, and it was actually a very high advanced technological civilization that was hidden from the world. And the core of their energy comes from uranium. And I thought it was interesting that they use uranium because uranium sort of sounds like uranium. And right now, if y'all don't know about it, a war is going on and fighting, I believe in Niger, either Niger or Nigeria, somewhere in the area, they're doing some fighting about uranium. And I thought it was interesting in this movie, they mentioned that there's some, and I think that's how that American soldier got killed because they were stationed over there. And I think that they are trying to, the American, I guess in real life, this is in real life, they're really trying, there's fighting over uranium because everybody want the uranium in Africa. And so I thought they mentioned this in the movie. I'm going, wow, those people, the indigenous people have rights to their own land. That's their uranium. And personally, I don't think that other countries should be going over there trying to steal it from them, and hoard it for themselves. That's not right. If you're not indigenous there, it's their land. You don't have no right going over there stealing their uranium. And I thought it was interesting he threw that in Black Panther. Oh boy. Mentioning uranium, and then they're fighting over uranium over there in Nigeria. I think it's Nigeria and Niger, somewhere around in that area in Africa. And so that's the political part that I'm talking about. And then the other part is the reason why I feel passionate about, I can relate to Killmonger is because Killmonger was like an outcast to the family. And if y'all don't know, this is Killmonger. I think Michael B. Jordan played Killmonger in the film. And the hero, I believe, was played by, they don't have his name on here. I'm trying to see who but anyway, he's Black Panther right there in the picture right next to me. So that's the Black Panther, the superhero, was considered the superhero. But personally, I think Killmonger was mostly the hero because I could relate to him being an Aborigine American, just like him being part Aborigine American. With the slavery and the colonization of the Americas and everything, and the racism and all the evil deeds that were done by great Caucasoids, I can relate to him immensely in this film. So Killmonger was abandoned as a child. His father was killed by Black Panther's father. And so, and they did not comfort him. He's actually Black Panther's cousin, but they left him, there. They didn't have no reference of what his mama was. His mother's African American, Aborigine American actually, and the father was from the country of Rwanda. I guess he's from the same country. And they all had the blue imprints in their lips, inside their lips, identifying them as being a citizen of the secret African nation. But anyway, I told y'all, getting y'all thorough analyzation of what I thought. But anyway, so when he was a kid, he looked like he was no more than 9 or 10 years old when he saw that his father was killed, and he knew it was the Panther. They came over because he saw the spaceship, and so the aircraft in the sky. And so when he went in there, he saw the paw prints all over his father, and his father was dead. He knew that they murdered him. And so I believe he went into the foster care system. I'm assuming that's what happened to him, because they didn't really go into full detail. But it would be nice if they did a full story about a Killmonger and not make him such a villain, because he's African American, and he's, and that's how come, that's how we feel when it comes between the relationships between African Americans, Aborigines Americans, aka really the Aborigine Americans here. With the African Americans, we feel like they don't accept us. And personally, I feel like we might be two different groups of people because we handle things a lot differently than they do. That's why I believe we're the Aborigines, the Indians here in this country. We are, and because we think a lot differently and react to things a lot differently than some of the people in Africa. You know, yeah, we from originally from Africa, but I believe we're the Aborigines here in the United States, and we were already over here. And I think the whole point of this narrative in this story was to try to pull us even more from our indigenous roots, trying to say that we're from somewhere else and try to make it look like, you know, I don't know what they're trying to do in this movie, but it just didn't make no sense to me. Well, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to indoctrinate us into this crazy foolishness. Um, but let me continue. What I didn't like was the ending part of the movie when Killmonger was killed by his cousin, Black Panther. Killmonger fought him like he's supposed to in the tradition, and he almost became king. He was king for a minute, and then he killed him. And towards the end, he said that he wanted, he would rather die just like the slaves on the slave boats, slave ships. I noticed they mentioned slave boats. Why they have to mention the slave boats? Once again, they trying to paint this narrative that we came here on ships when we weren't. We were already over here, trying to strip us of our identity that we were not over here. We were already over here. Okay. First of all, like I said, everything was told in reverse in this movie. The superhero should have been Killmonger, and the bad guy should have been Black Panther, because he's giving away his technology to the Great Caucasoids and other entities who don't deserve their rights to that technology. Okay, because I in real life, if that was the case, a real civilization entrusting their technology to Great Caucasoids, I guarantee within the next couple of years or so, I say between less than 2 to 5 years, the Great Caucasoids will try to kill everybody off of that whole city, steal the technology and plaster their name on it and whitewash it and say that they were the ones that invented it and that they were the ones that started that civilization too, like they do in Egypt and here in America's whitewash everything and try to make it look like that they're the creators, and then they'll turn around and use that technology against us. So I'm saying and laying it out. That was very stupid of Black Panther to entrust his technology to a group of people who colonized the Americas and trying to colonize in Africa right as we speak right now. And now they're trying to steal the uranium. And this is what's happening in real life. And they telling us, oh, you got to share everything with us, when they don't share anything with us. Ever. They take and steal and hoard it for themselves, and then want to turn around and have us pay them for stuff that they didn't build or create in the first place. If anything, they need to be paying us. Wow. So, and Killmonger in the film was trying to take the technology and educate other Aborigines like us, people, the originals of people of color globally, and educate people who are in third world countries on the technology so they can be self-sufficiency and reap the benefits for themselves and not have it stolen by great Caucasians so they can hoard it for themselves like they're doing right now and everything else. Okay? So, to me, Killmonger was the superhero in the movie. Okay? He really was. And he fought many wars. He's been there and done that. He had more wisdom than the Black Panther. The Black Panther haven't experienced anything. He's been on a pedestal all his life. So he never had to fight any wars as much as Killmonger did. And he would have been probably a better hero because he understands the ins and outs of everything. So to me, he was the hero. But I think they were trying to use Disney in particular. I think Disney took over Marvel. They was trying to make it a racial thing by trying to flip everything in reverse. Like they do everything like in the history books. Everything is in reverse. So they was trying to put this in reverse as well. and make it seem like Killmonger is the villain and um, Black Panther is the hero. I was looking at another YouTuber's videos. I can't remember their name. I think they on YouTube. I saw them on Black Junction TV. Um, I can't think of their names. Social Conscience Media or something like that. I think that's the name of them. But they mentioned too, it's I believe it's a couple. I'm not sure if they're a couple or not. But anyway, they mentioned that they said they compare Black Panther to Obama. They said Black Panther is Obama and that he is the hero. The Killmonger is the hero. And I can see that. See, the thing is, Black Panther never experienced racism like we have African Aborigines Americans. Okay? And Black Panther never experienced colonialism probably in his country. And they never seen the evil side to great Caucasians and how they flip and turn on you and backstab you once they get the information and things they want from you. That's when they backstab you and steal everything from you and rob you blind. And then try to force this fake religion and fake indoctrination on you. See, we've seen it and we know exactly what they're all about because we experienced it. And I think Killmonger knew exactly what they were all about and was trying to warn him about it. But of course, he listening to Grey Caucasoids and letting that CIA agent in because he felt like the CIA agent is his friend. But he'll be the main ones. Everybody know not to trust them. Because all they're going to do is come in and steal your ideas and your creations, put their name on it and hoard it for themselves and then try to tear your whole, they talking about Killmonger going to tear it down. No, Grey Caucasoids will. Okay? Because that's the whole point of them stealing everything so they can reap the benefits for themselves and then plaster their name on it. That's how they work. Throughout history, that's all they do. You know? I did a video about Queen Nefertiti. You know, how they use the media to keep their agenda going and try to graywash everything and put their name on everything. And this is exactly what they would have done if this happened in real life in Black Panther. You know, steal the technology, put the oppress the group of people and put their name on it and hoard the resources and everything for themselves. These are a group of people who should never get anything that we create, ever. And all the stuff that we create should always be for ourselves. And we need to learn how to work as a collective because that's not part of our culture. You know, our ancient culture is to work as a collective. And that's what you can see that sort of in the movie with Black Panther, with the city that they had. They did seem to work together as a collective and got things done. And that's how we need to learn how to do as African Americans, work as a collective. But overall, this film was pretty good. I just think everything was told in reverse as it always is. Everything was in reverse. There's some subliminal messaging in this movie, a lot of subliminal messaging. The message is trying to teach our young people to be like Black Panther. Always share all your ideas and your resources with them. And that is evil to keep stuff to yourself for your people. And it's wrong to liberate your own self and empower your own self. Your own group of people and people that look like you. The only people you need to help out is Grey Caucasoids and Asians and all of them, everybody else but your people, and put them on a pedestal and don't help yourself. That's what I got out of the movie. And Killmonger also pointed out to Black Panther that you're not sharing any of the resources, you're hoarding it for yourself. And he meant to share it with your own kind. Like Grey Caucasoids always do and Asians do. They hoard everything for themselves. Mainly the Grey Caucasoids. I wouldn't say Asians too much. They know how to share among themselves. It's just we're taught to be individualized, just like Grey Caucasian. And that system of individualization is not where we stem from. If you study our culture and study our indigenous roots, you start to realize we don't function that way. We function better as a collective, but they put all this label, like I said, go back to the labeling system, which is another thing that they use to keep us divided. And then they also use colorism, which is based solely on this labeling system. And I'm gonna do another video on that. And colorism stems from the labeling system. And the labeling system is something that our indigenous heritage, the people, our ancestors did not deal with. That's why they were able to fight them off for hundreds of years, several 250, 300 years off this land, because we did not follow the indoctrination. We weren't indoctrinated. We were following our own culture, our own history, our own heritage, and that's something that we need to go back to. And Killmonger, to me, was a hero in this film, and it was very political, because I see them mentioning uranium, which sounds like uranium, all the resources they trying to steal from Africa and hoard for themselves, and telling us that we need to be a good Negro and tell them everything. Hell no. Why should we? Y'all don't tell us everything. Y'all hoard everything for yourselves. So no, and he's right. We need to share with our own people and build and empower ourselves. And then maybe share with others after we get ourselves together. That's what great Caucasoids have done for their whole entire existence. And these are a group of people that we should never trust. Especially with our new technology, because they are the main ones that like to steal and plaster their name on and hoard the resources. That's how they work and operate, and that's the only way they got a one frame mind. That's how they work, and we should never share anything with them. And that's what they're trying to teach our kids. The stupidity and make us feel stupid about that. No, we saw right through this. I know I did. And I think my son did too. But it was an okay film. I think the film was told in reverse, as usual, along with the history books. The actual hero is Killmonger. They made Panther look like a little boy because he has not experienced world life. He haven't seen the whole picture. He only seen tidbits and it was spoiled and been rich and wealthy and sat as a prince for all his life. So he never got a chance to see the full scope of racism and how the world works, through colonization of great Caucasoids globally. And that's just total foolishness to trust your whole civilization with a group of people that's adamant about destroying it and brainwashing everything. But anyway, that's my take on this film. I went on and on and on. I just had to tell you all what I thought about it. It's okay film. I would score. I don't like the fact that they made the African American, an Aborigine American, the villain, and I feel like it wasn't a good film for our young people. It wasn't uplifting at all. I think it was another ditch effort of trying to indoctrinate our kids and support race supremacy. And they didn't tell the full truth about everything. I would love to see another film with Killmonger, but as a superhero with the same thing, this thought pattern. It would have been nice to see him liberating his own people and, seeing a whole civilization of great, Aborigines of the world empowered. I think things will be a lot peaceful, I would think, as leaders, because we don't go around stealing people's ideas and cultures and trying to enslave people and everything like the great Caucasoids do. But I'm going on and on. But anyway, this film it was nice, but I know it had a political agenda here, and that was to graywash everything and still make us make it wrong because we want to support ourselves and better ourselves, and and that we should always share everything, that our knowledge and our wisdom and everything with great caucasoids. I'm going. It's no benefit for us to share everything with them, especially when they haven't shared much with us at all, and always want to keep us at a certain place. This whole system was set up for them to prosper, and it wasn't set up for us. And like I said, uh, that civilization being hidden, that was a smart move. Yeah, because it it brings more problems than good. But anyway, I would love to see what you all think. Do y'all think Killmonger was a villain? Do you think Black Panther was the good guy? Oh, another thing, I felt like they made Black Panther seem weak in that too. The hero, that weakened him when he, think, and plus it created a sort of like a stereotype of African Americans, or aka Aborigine Americans, as being impoverished, which is not true, because some of us are successful. Well, not all of us live in the dump, but it's just another way of trying to make it look like have this negative self-image and trying to indoctrinate this thing, indoctrination that's been going on for centuries. But please like this video and thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I am on Black Junction TV, and you can check me out there. I'm also on Facebook. I have a Facebook group. You're free to join and like my page. And I also am on, I have a PayPal, a Patreon, and a GoFundMe as well. You can check those out. I'm going to try to remember to put the links below. And till next time, peace, family, and be blessed. Bye-bye.